Hi folks, meteorologist Matt Gray. The 4 News Now First Alert Weather Center. It's going to be a little bit more of an unsettled week in our weather, a little bit busier here in the Weather Center as well, and probably going to be a good week to occasionally pop in and check the radar on the 4 News Now weather app before you get your activities going for the day. And that starts on a Monday. We've got some storms moving in. They'll be moving in a little bit earlier in the day than your typical afternoon thunderstorm pattern. It's going to be humid again. We're going to see highs only in the 80s. That's going to feel really good after another hot week in our region. And we're going to be seeing storms, at least forming up the mountains somewhere in the inland northwest pretty much all week. So once again, worth checking out the radar pretty much every single day going forward. All right, so lows tonight down into the 50s and 60s. Should be a pretty quiet night around most of the area. However, we're going to see some storms coming up from the south as this next weather system moves in. Now, that is going to be, say, about 5, 6 a.m. They'll start pushing through the Tri-Cities and across the Blue Mountains from Oregon. And in the LC Valley, up into the Palouse, and we're between, say, about 6 and 8 in the morning. That is when we'll start to see some of these storms move in. Now, we're not expecting a whole lot of rain with the storms in the morning. It's going to be a pretty dry atmosphere underneath. As it moistens up throughout the day, any storms in the afternoon, well, those will potentially have some decent rainfall, but there's not going to be as much afternoon activity. I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's get going here. So as we head towards kind of the back end of the morning drive in the metro between Spokane and Coeur-d'Alene, we're going to see a little bit of storm activity. Meanwhile, it's still going to be pretty active around the Palouse. So I do expect a stormy morning and a stormy middle part of the afternoon. A lot of that action moves into the Silver Valley as we head into the afternoon hours and around the mountains in the Montana border zone. Also in our northern mountains in Washington and in the northern panhandle, we'll see some storms pop up in the afternoon. Those will be some of those wet thunderstorms that we mentioned as that humidity comes back into our forecast. Really, the afternoon and the evening around Spokane and Coeur d'Alene and some of the areas that get rain in the morning should be much better than what we will see earlier on in the day. I'll just zoom in here and kind of show you the I-90 Metro corridor here along the state line and kind of give you that zoomed in perspective of how things are going to go. So we'll start to really see things kind of cloud up as those storms approach after the sun comes up. And then here we go. This is pushing in right about 9 in the morning. So back end of the morning commute. Yeah, maybe a little bit of rain, but just be ready for some windy conditions and perhaps a lightning strike or two as some of this goes by. Now we could see another round of this pop into Coeur d'Alene, or at least around the southern end of Lake Coeur d'Alene, say down in the Harrison area and in Plummer, all the way even to St. Mary's, where a couple more storms could come in around lunchtime. So, well, I think we'll probably be okay in Spokane for lunch. Coeur d'Alene, the Rathdrum Prairie around lunchtime. Still want to keep your eye on the sky for a couple of storms. And there you go. The afternoon, as we talked about before, looking pretty good. Now, with all of that action in the morning, that usually holds our temperatures down, and it is going to feel really, really nice, especially after a hot Sunday. Only a high of about 87 in Spokane. Coeur d'Alene be even nicer at 85. Still going to be a little hot in a few places. 92 for Lewiston. Well, that's not hot for Lewiston. 91 in Bonners Ferry, 91 for Colville. That's a little hot for those areas. 92 in Grand Coulee. Omak even gets a little bit of a breakdown at 95. So it's going to be a really nice start to the week temperature-wise, although you will feel that humidity. I think around Spokane and around Coeur d'Alene, the next best chance for us to see some storms get down into the valley here, that's going to be Wednesday. Otherwise, I expect most of the action to either be up north or up high in the mountains and kind of away from people. But there'll still be a chance for some new fire starts. Well, you'll have to watch the wind patterns. Could get a little hazy on Wednesday as we get winds out of the north. They'll bring down some of those smoke from some of those fires in Idaho in the North Panhandle. Quieter for the weekend. Quieter for next weekend. So that is a plus. Plus, it looks cooler as well. However, in the extended forecast going into early September, still some signs that we could have one more heat wave before the summer tries to get itself to transition into fall or early fall, hopefully next month. So we'll keep you updated on all those parts of the forecast. I'll be on Good Morning Northwest for the next couple of days, filling in for Mark Peterson. I'll see you in the morning with another update to your First Alert forecast. Until then, have a great rest of your weekend, and I'll talk to you again very soon.